What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Quick episode on my iPhone, not the perfect audio, but it's what I have time for before I go train, where we are going to talk about Charles Oliveira, the lightweight UFC champion, or former now, because he missed weight. He came in 0.5 pounds over the weight limit of 155 and is now being stripped of his title. This means tomorrow at UFC, I believe it's 274, if he wins, the belt is now vacant. If his opponent, Justin Gaethje, wins, then he's obviously the champion. There's lots of things to talk about here because what we've seen on social media is everybody's going, oh my gosh, this is wild, because as far as I understand, this has never happened before. This is brand new, a champion losing his belt to the scales. But I think I remember a couple of times where champions weighed in, they got naked and they had their hands kind of hooked on the towel. It looked a little suspect, so this might not actually be the first time. It's just the first time that somebody didn't make weight without using some cheating methods and actually does not get to defend their belt. So I'm disappointed for Charles because obviously he put in a lot of work, but the onus is always on the fighter to make weight, and he has some excuses, which we'll talk about in a moment, why he didn't make weight. The first thing I want to point out is that one of the glory belts that I actually lost to Robin van Roosmalen, and this same situation happened to him. He won the belt from me, he went to defend it, he could not make weight. He ended up winning the fight, but then had to, in his next bout, come back and win the vacant title. So champions can certainly do this, but it's disappointing because Charles will not get his championship bonus. He's going to miss out on loads of money, and then of course now he's just not the champion, which is always gotta hurt when you've worked so hard to become UFC champion, which is no easy feat, of course. So Justin Gaethje is looking good in this situation because he posted on social media, he said, I think he said poor bastard about Charles, basically saying that it's 3 hours since the weigh-ins, and he was already posting a picture of himself, Justin Gaethje, on the scale at 165, I believe, 0.2 pounds. He'd already gone up over 10 pounds. Well, Charles is going, oh, I'm trying to cut that last little bit. And the body just would not be giving it up because at some point with these extreme cuts that these UFC fighters are making, the body is just going to hold on to water weight. So you have to feel like Justin is going to have a little advantage already before they've even gone into the fight, just because of the massive weight jump, which he's been able to do already. Charles is behind, essentially. We're going to probably see Justin, if he went from 155 to 165 in 3 hours, he's probably, by this point, which is another 3-4 hours later, he's probably going to put on another 10 pounds. He's probably walking at like 175. By tomorrow, he's going to sleep, lose some weight. He'll put some more back on once he wakes up. So he might be 175, 180, maybe even more. I don't know, because these weight cuts are so extreme in the UFC, but the weight they can put back on is wild. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is what Charles, his coach, posted in basically defense of him not making weight. And he said that they were using a hotel scale. I don't know if it's one that the UFC was providing or not, but basically saying that the scale that they were using was off. And because of that, they missed weight because they got up in the morning thinking they were on the right track, probably cut some more weight, and then all of a sudden got on the official scale and went, whoa, shoot, what's wrong? Now, this actually happened to me when I was in Dubai and I was fighting for my first Glory title. I got on the scale that Glory provided, but it was not the official scale. It was just some random little one that I'd never been on before. So I got on it and went, nice, only 3 pounds to go. So I went and did my water cut, came back. Finally, the Glory official scale was available for use. It was not even in the hotel. Like somebody was bringing it in on a flight or something with them. I don't know why they would not have it available for fighters throughout the week. That is what Bellator does for you. But either way, I got on the official scale and went, shoot, I still have 3 pounds to go, even though I just cut for an hour. So then I had to go and cut more weight. But for me, cutting another 3 pounds on top of the 3 pounds is pretty small because my weight cut is pretty small overall. But for somebody like Charles, this is very difficult because he's cutting loads of weight. And if something goes off, the whole system will break down. And I guess at this point where he's only at 0.5 over, you might be going, how could he not lose that 0.5 pounds? But when the body's done giving up weight, it's done. And when you have no energy left to give up weight, you're done. So it's probably, okay, can we make the weight? Sure, with 0.5 pounds, maybe we can, but we're going to be destroyed. our body will be destroyed. We won't be able to fight tomorrow. So maybe they just made a decision that, you know what, we're going to give up the belt and we're just going to make sure that we can fight. But I'm disappointed for him because it's got to be a slap in the face losing it to the scales and not an opponent. Hopefully he can bounce back, whether he wins this fight tomorrow or not. And this is just very interesting because apparently in the history of the UFC, this is the first time this has happened. I'm just getting that information from other people. I'm not 100% sure on that. But overall, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'd love to hear your comments below, what your thoughts on it are. And just remember, whenever you go to make weight at any spot, there's not always a scale provided. You should bring your own. I learned that with a couple times, the one in Dubai, but a couple times throughout my career. You need to bring your own scale. You need to know whether your scale is up or down pretty much to the ounce. So always buy a scale, take it to a doctor's office, check them out, see how close they are, understand how light or heavy your scale is, and then there will be no mistakes like this. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. I hope you guys have fun watching UFC tomorrow. It looks like a stellar card, and I will see you guys back here soon for another video.